2022 Porsche Panamera Review, Expensive Family Express. The second generation Porsche Panamera sedan has been on sale for a full 6 years, but it's showing no signs of slowing down. Last year, it received the obligatory midlife facelift, keeping it competitive in this highly contested luxury rocket ship category. Porsche's design remains contentious, though less so than before. Crucially, it feels and drives like a Porsche should, even more so after last year's active suspension management upgrade. The Panamera soldiers on into 2022 with more power than ever before and without the outdated 3.0-liter single-turbo V6 dragging the entry-level models down. There's a wide variety of models to choose from in both standard and long wheelbase format, with gas and hybrid power outputs ranging from 325 horsepower to 552 HP. Still, its main German competitors are now putting out 600 HP plus, so is the Panamera still relevant compared to the Audi A7 Sportback and the Mercedes-AMG GT? 2022 Porsche Panamera changes. What's the difference vs 2021 Porsche Panamera? The Panamera received an extensive makeover in 2021. Porsche updated the looks, powertrains, and suspension. While they were at it, they finally added some much-needed tech upgrades to the inside, but not Android Auto. Thankfully, this has been rectified for the 2022 Mi. That's the most significant change to the Panamera, but one which Android phone users will undoubtedly appreciate. Aventurine Green and Copper Ruby Metallic are also added to the color palette. Pros and cons. All models are brisk. Hybrid models are fast and frugal. Comfortable yet engaging ride. Impressive trunk size. Improved infotainment interface. The design is still contentious. It can get horribly expensive when adding options. Panamera exterior. The current Panamera looks much better than the previous version, but there's still something odd about an elongated 911. At least with this generation, you can pull right up to the school gates without scaring small children. All new Panamera models come standard with LED headlights, 4-point LED daytime running lights, and 3-dimensional LED tail lights. A panoramic roof and an adaptive rear spoiler are also standard. 19-inch Panamera wheels are standard on the Panamera, Panamera 4, and Panamera 4e Hybrid, while the 4z Hybrid gains a set of 20-inch Panamera turbo wheels, as used on the discontinued turbo model. The GTS model gets a bunch of model-specific extras such as 20-inch Panamera design wheels in satin black. It also has high-gloss black exterior trim. The base Panamera has twin single-tube tailpipes, while the Panamera 4 gets quad-exit tailpipes. Dimensions. The Panamera is available in standard and long wheelbase format, with the longer Panamera car known as the Executive. The standard vehicle is 198.8 inches long, has a width of just over 85 inches including the mirrors, and 56 inches tall. The standard wheelbase is 116.1 inches. There are some small differences in dimensions for some models, such as the e-hybrid model which is 56.1 inches tall. The GTS model is slightly longer at 199 inches and sits 0.2 inches closer to the ground than the base model. Executive models are 204.7 inches long. They stand 0.2 inches taller than the base Panamera and ride on a 122-inch wheelbase. The lightest model is the base Panamera, weighing in at 4,222 pounds. Adding a hybrid powertrain to the larger Executive model results in the heftiest Panamera of all, the 4z Hybrid. It tips the scales at 5,161 pounds, representing a massive increase in weight over the entry-level car. Exterior colors. Unlike most high-performance German sedans, the Porsche color palette is not just 50 shades of gray. White and black are the only no-cost options, but Porsche offers several options from the metallic and special color palettes. Most metallic options cost $840 each, and the available colors include Carrara White, Jet Black, Volcano Gray, Cherry, Dolomite Silver, Gentian Blue, Night Blue, Copper Ruby, Aventurine Green, and Truffle Brown. The special colors cost $3,270 each, and the options are GT Silver, Amethyst, Chalk, and Carmine Red. Papaya is listed as a regular metallic but it carries the same $3,270 premium as the special colors. For $11,430, you can have the Porker painted any color you want. So if you have a Python Green GT3 at home and want your daily car to match, Porsche will happily do it. The Panamera is also unique in the sense that you can mess around with various wheel options. In addition to the usual black contrast alloys, Porsche can do wheels in the same color as the body. Or, if you're feeling particularly bold, You can even add some satin Orem wheels which start at over $4,400. In case you're wondering, satin Orem is fancy marketing speak for gold. Panamera performance. All models are adequately brisk, getting to 60 miles per hour before you can count to 6 Mississippi. Porsche offers a wide variety of engines, starting with a twin-turbo 2.9-liter V6 producing 325 HP and 331 lb-ft of torque. It's used in the Panamera and the more powerful Panamera S, where it makes 443 HP and 405 lb-ft. In the base Panamera, this engine gets the car to 60 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds and 5.1 seconds with the optional Sport Chrono package. The top speed is rated at 168 miles per hour. The base Panamera also happens to be the only rear-wheel drive model in the range. Upgrade to the Panamera 4, and you get all-wheel drive as standard. The top speed drops to 167 miles per hour, but the 0 to 60 miles per hour sprint times improve. As standard, it will get there in 5 seconds, dropping down to 4.8 seconds with the Sport Chrono pack. The Panamera 4s has a top speed of 183 miles per hour, and the 0 to 60 miles per hour time drops to 4.1 seconds. If you opt for the Sport Chrono package, this time drops to 3.9 seconds. Next in line is the 4E Hybrid, which uses the base model's twin-turbo V6 working together with a 134 HP/295 lb-ft electric motor. The combined power output is 455 HP and 516 lb-ft of torque. In this model, the Sport Chrono package is standard, allowing for a 0 to 60 miles per hour sprint time of 4.2 seconds and a top speed of 174 miles per hour. The 4E Hybrid uses the same formula but uses the high-output twin-turbo V6 from the 4s. Its combined power output is 552 HP and 553 lb-ft of torque. It also has the Sport Chrono package included as standard, resulting in a 0 to 60 miles per hour sprint time of 3.5 seconds. It tops out at 185 miles per hour. The top spec GTS is the only model with V8 power, and it's twin-turbocharged for good measure. It's not the most powerful, however. The V8 produces 473 HP and 457 lb-ft of torque. It gets very close to the 4Z Hybrid's performance figures simply because it doesn't weigh as much. It gets to 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds and onto a top speed of 186 miles per hour. Technically, its top speed makes it the fastest Panamera in the standard range. Due to the added weight of the extended wheelbase, the executive models take a split second longer to get to 60 miles per hour. The base Panamera and GTS aren't available in executive format, however. Engine and transmission. All models use the same 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, and all but the base Panamera come standard with AWD. All the engines are adequately powerful, and getting up to speed from a standing start or joining the highway is no problem. Still, it's hard not to be disappointed by the base engine, considering how much the Panamera costs. The twin-turbo V6 produces 325 HP from 5,400 RPM and 331 lb-ft from 1,800 RPM. Its performance figures would have been acceptable a decade ago, but these days you can buy a non-M BMW that will get to 60 miles per hour in 4.4 seconds. To unlock the full potential of the Panamera, you need to go for the 4s or higher. We'd recommend the 4Z Hybrid, because it offers similar performance to the now defunct Turbo. The 4s uses a more powerful version of the twin-turbo V6, providing 443 HP from 5,750 RPM and 405 lb-ft from 1,900 RPM. The 4Z Hybrid boasts some serious output figures for a hybrid. It has 552 HP while the maximum torque from the ICE is available from 1,900 RPM. The trick here is the additional 295 lb-ft provided by the electric motor, which is available instantaneously. As a bonus, it can also do nearly 20 miles on electricity alone. The hybrid models also come standard with the Sport Chrono package, making them stupidly easy to launch. The GTS's 473 HP is available at 6,500 RPM, just before reaching the 6,800 RPM maximum engine speed. Thankfully, the 457 lb-ft of torque is available from 1,800 to 4,000 RPM. Handling and driving impressions. As part of the 2021 facelift, Porsche tweaked the underpinning slightly to improve both comfort and handling. They hit the nail on the head because the Porsche performs exceptionally well in both categories. You need the adaptive air suspension to get the most out of the Panamera. Thankfully, it's standard fitment from the Panamera 4s and upwards. The Panamera and Panamera 4 get a standard steel suspension. The available drive modes depend on whether you opt for a hybrid or an ICE car. ICE models get normal, sport, sport plus, and individual. Hybrid models get hybrid auto, sport, sport plus, e-charge, and e-hold. You also get the added benefit of regenerative braking, but the system feels clunky. Perhaps Porsche should incorporate some of the lessons it learned from Taycan's development. Essentially, you get a wide range of settings, perfect for any occasion. When it comes to the hybrid, we like that it can go from a rapid canyon carver to a traffic jam sensory deprivation tank at the touch of a button. On the ICE cars, we love the individual setting. We like having the engine in sport and the suspension in comfort with the exhaust fully opened because, why not? Thanks to AWD being standard, the Panamera always feels solid and stable. You might be tempted by the entry-level RWD Panamera, but it just doesn't have adequate power to be considered a wild ride. The Panamera is not a 911, but it is an exceptionally well-sorted large sedan. Even with its power deficit, the GTS need not back down from a fight with a BMW M5. As mentioned earlier, adaptive air suspension is a must-have. With it, the Panamera offers you the best of both worlds. Most of the time, a car like this will spend its time in bumper-to-bumper traffic, or on the highway. Thanks to excellent sound insulation and soft damping, the Porsche does an admirable job in both settings. In the sportier settings, it feels like a well-sorted performance sedan. The front end grips eagerly, the engine is primed and ready to provide maximum shunt, and the air suspension keeps the car remarkably flat in the twisties. Panamera gas mileage. EPA ratings haven't yet been published for the 2022 Porsche Panamera lineup, although we don't anticipate that these will be different from the 2021 models. The Panamera and Panamera 4 both have gas mileage figures of 18/24/20 mpg city/highway/combined. The 4's, despite its more powerful twin-turbo V6, also boasts the same figures. The GTS's twin-turbo V8 is nowhere near as frugal. According to the EPA, it does 15/21/17 mpg. On the executive models, you pay an extra mile per gallon penalty in each category. The 4E hybrid is the most efficient of the bunch, with EPA estimated figures of 52 mpge and 22 mpg once the battery is depleted. The 4Z hybrid can do 50 mpge and 22 mpg. Both these models have a claimed range of 480 miles from the 21.1 gallon tank, or 18 miles on electric power alone. ICE models have a 23.7 gallon tank. In the best case scenario, you're looking at a range of 474 miles on the base and 4s. Even the GTS will do just over 400 miles on a full tank. Panamera interior. The Panamera's interior is a high-tech marvel. Perhaps even annoyingly so. You get the standard Porsche instrument layout, with the tachometer in the center, right where it should be. The analog dials are flanked by high-resolution screens that display valuable information. Porsche uses a 12.3-inch touchscreen as a centerpiece, and below that, you'll find the shortcut buttons for the climate control and the stubby shifter. We like that most of the driver controls have been moved to the steering wheel. Porsche introduced its haptic feedback buttons with the launch of the second-generation Panamera. We love the idea behind these buttons, but they feel like they haven't been appropriately developed yet. Pushing a button and getting the desired result is a bit hit and miss at times. You get sturdy German quality as standard, which goes a long way toward justifying the high asking price. Seating and interior space. The Porsche is sold as a 2+2 seater, and that's the only format worth going for. All 4 seating positions provide generous legroom and headroom. The individual bucket seats in the rear go a long way towards providing the utmost comfort. Replacing the standard rear seat configuration with a bench is a meaningless exercise and one we'd advise against. The executive model has a longer wheelbase, giving rear passengers even more legroom to stretch out, which will be immediately apparent if you prefer to conduct a test drive from the back seat. Although the thick B-pillar can partially obscure the view out in certain situations, visibility is generally very good. Seating capacity. 4-seater. Interior colors and materials. The Panamera comes standard with partial leather seats available in black or agate gray at no extra cost. If you want the black/Luxor beige combination, you have to fork over an additional $390. The single-tone full leather interiors retail for $3,790 each. The available colors are black, agate gray, marsala, and saddle brown. The dual-tone options retail for $4,320 and the options here are black/Bordeaux red, marsala/cream, black/chalk, saddle brown/Luxor beige, black/saddle brown, and black/Luxor beige. The club leather options cost $5,650 and are available in Cohiba brown and truffle brown. The GTS comes standard with a black interior and a mix of leather and Racetex upholstery. It also has black brushed aluminum interior trim. On this model, there are different upholstery upgrades, such as the GTS interior package in black/chalk or black/carmine red that adds $3,480 to the price. The full leather upgrades on the GTS are also less expensive. On all models, specific interior parts can be finished in leather, Racetex, wood, carbon fiber, aluminum, or a combination. Even the steering column casing can be finished in leather, and this is an area of the cabin you'll rarely touch. Panamera trunk and cargo space. The standard Panamera has a 17.6 cubic foot trunk that can be increased to 47.3 cubes when you fold the rear seats flat. Executive models come with the same 17.6 cube trunk, but the cargo capacity increases to 52.6 cubes when you fold the rear seats flat, thanks to the additional body length. The hybrid models don't have quite so much cargo room. In the executive models, the hybrid has 14.2 cubes or 49.1 cubes with the seats folded, 14.3/49.3 for the 4Z Hybrid Executive. The standard wheelbase hybrid has 14.2/43.8 cubes of space, and 14.3/44 cubes in 4Z Hybrid guise. On the inside, there's a lengthy center console that runs the length of the car in 2+2 guise. It houses 2 cup holders up front and another 2 in the rear, along with door compartments front and rear. Front occupants also get a storage space underneath the armrest and a small glove compartment. Panamera infotainment and features. Features. Most of the differences between the models are mechanical and cosmetic, which means the features list is relatively straightforward from the base model all the way up to the GTS. All models get a panoramic roof, an automatic rear hatch, an adaptive spoiler, dual-zone climate control, 8-way power-adjustable heated front seats, keyless entry with push-button start, a garage door opener, 2 high-resolution displays in the instrument cluster, an auto-dimming rear-view mirror, 2 rear USB charging ports, and a wireless charging pad for front passengers. Executive models also get 8-way power-adjustable rear seats with a memory package and heating. Safety features include a rear-view camera, cruise control, lane keep assist, traffic sign recognition, and front/rear parking sensors. It wouldn't be a Porsche without an options list as long as your arm. Available features include a head-up display, a surround view camera system, night vision assist, adaptive cruise control, 4-zone climate control, soft closed doors, and ventilated front/rear seats. Infotainment. All Panamera models have a 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Bluetooth connectivity, wireless Apple CarPlay, wired Android Auto, Sirius XM, and HD radio. Connect Plus is also standard, which means you get online navigation with real-time traffic information. You can also install the Porsche app, which will help you find the car, track its movements, and check its status. As standard, the infotainment system is connected to a 10-speaker sound system. If that's not good enough, you can go for the 14-speaker Bose sound system for $1,600. A $7,530 21-speaker Burmester 3D sound system is also available. Finally, a rear seat entertainment system can be added for $2,760. Panamera problems and reliability. Not all model years of the Panamera are recall-free, but there hasn't been a scary number of problems, either. The Panamera was recall-free in both 2019 and 2020, but the facelift 2021 model was recalled twice. The first issue was an incorrectly forged front lower trailing arm, while the second was a seat belt locking retractor malfunction. Porsche was quite preemptive with its recalls, as the Panamera has had 0 complaints lodged against it for the last 3 years. The 2022 model was recall-free at the time of writing. According to the JD Power Review, the Panamera is a more satisfying car to own than the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. The 2021 model came in third in its category with an overall rating of 79 out of 100, ahead of the S-Class but behind the BMW 7 and 8 Series. Overall, the Panamera seems like a fairly safe bet in terms of reliability, even if it hasn't been flawless. All Panamera models are sold with a 4-year/50,000 warranty including 24-hour roadside assistance. Complimentary scheduled maintenance is covered for 1 year or 10,000 miles, while the hybrid/electric components are covered for 8 years or 100,000 miles.